First thing that we're going to do in this video is we're going to actually add text to our boxes. It's important that you have some type of text on these so it indicates what project it is. And you will have to go in and do these. So we're going to focus in on our first, second, third, and fourth div here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add an H1. This will serve as my text. So usually it has some type of title and then it has a caption. So maybe I'll say, interface, design. Well, how about we make this a video? We'll say video production, because I'll show you how to do an iframe in a couple of videos later. And then we'll have an H3, and this will be our caption. So maybe I'll say, maybe like Coca-Cola commercial. Alright, so there we go, and it does show up. But one thing you need to understand is that you want to give these H1s and H3s a class. So what I'm going to end up doing is centering these. So if I just tell the H1 and I go to my CSS, text align center, it's going to center every single H1 element I have, and a lot of times it's not technically what you want, and then you find yourself doing more code. So what I'm going to do is give this a class, and we'll just call this something like project title. Alright, so we got that class. Now let's give our H3 a class too, and let's say, project caption. So we got two classes we got one for our H1 and one for our H3. Now let's go down and code for these. So let's do dot project title. Now you're seeing that our classes and IDs, they have meanings at this point, which makes things easier because you know what it's going to. And what I want to do is I want to give this a text align. And remember, text align will center our H1s through H6s. Text align center will work on H1s and through H6s to actually center the content. And then let's do one more. So dot project caption is what it's called, what I called it. And we'll also do a text align, and we'll say center. So literally what that's going to do is center that content. And that should be good. Perfect. Now I do probably want to push this down. Now you could push this down a number of ways. You could do margin, which will move everything about the element, including the borders if you put a border there. And then padding, which moves an element within its border. So you can go in and do either or. We're going to go in and add padding, and we're going to say top. So padding will work better in this case. So what I'm going to do is say padding top, and I'm going to say 50 pixels. Alright, for the project title. And there we go. It's as simple as that. Now, since these are similar in size, this one, this one, this one, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to copy this over. So I'm just going to take my H3 through H1, copy, and just paste those in my second div, paste it in my third div, and also paste it in my fourth div. And there we go. Alright, and we are good to go. Now if your divs were a lot different in size, then you would have to give those individual classes. But in this case, it works perfectly. And we got that all set up. So we literally have added text here. Alright, so what I want to do in this video, I want to do two more things and then I'll actually be done with this one. The first thing that I want to do is I actually want to go in and I want to one, make these linkable. So I want these to link, and then two, well, I've just lost my train of thought. There's something else I want to do. Oh, got it. So what I want to do now is I actually want to create my project pages. So when we click on it, it actually goes to a different page, right? So let's create the pages first. So over here in our portfolio folder, our contents, what I'm going to do is right click. Now if you don't know how to right click, some of you are like, I don't know how to right click. You want to let me right click? Hit control and then click, and then it'll say you'll have new file. And we're going to name these our project files. So we're going to say project, 1.html. Don't forget the .html. You need it. Then you guys wonder why it's blank, why it shows up in gray. Let's do the same thing. Right click, new file, and let's say project2.html. And then let's come in and right click again, new file, project3.html, enter. And then one more, new file, project4.html. Alright, now the problem is that these are actually blank, which is fine. It's easy. All we need to do is copy and paste, like our head, our body, our doc type, and then like our wrapper information and any other content, and our header that has the navigation. So what we can do is go to our resume page. You should have this if you watched all the videos, and it should be blank. Just hit Command C and copy it, or Control C, and just paste it on those pages. So project 2, Command V, project 3, Command V, and project 4, Command V. And it's as simple as that. We got our pages already set up. So if I hit project 1, now maybe did I save? Yeah, I did save. Everything is set up. It's already hooked up for you. Good to go. Alright. So let's go back to our work page. And the last thing that I want to do is make these divs linkable. So how do we do that? It's fairly simple. You literally just come above the div and you write an anchor tag. So I'll say open caret a href equals, and you just put the page you want to go to. So in this case, I want this one. Since this is the first div, of course I wanted to go to project 1. Alright. And then take your closing anchor tag and paste it below the closing div. That's it. So this here. Alright, make sure that it looks like that. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm literally just going to copy this. Well, it'll probably be better if I write it out for you guys. So let's do it. Open caret a href equals, and then I'm going to say this one's going on project2.html, and take the closing a tag and put it below the closing div. Same here. A href equals project3.html, and close it there. Alright, then project 4. So let's do a href equals project4.html. Close it, take this, and move it there at the bottom. V. And that's it. So now let's make sure we file, save all, save everything, and look at what's happening. These are linkable now. Perfect. Alright, so that pretty much ends this video. And what we're going to do next on the next video is we're actually going to get rid of the background color. And we're going to actually add an image here. And one of the things that you guys do, and the reason I'm doing a lesson on this, honestly, I probably shouldn't have to, but you guys make this mistake. I mean, my class last year made this mistake over and over, even though I told them over and over. You gotta resize your images in Photoshop. Otherwise, you will cause image stretching.
And that's what we're going to do in the next one. So that is the end.